What was that? Omar? I just heard a little kid going.
I've been recording up here.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, then welcome. My name is Kris Star, and today I am at the Ferry Plantation House. This is actually the oldest property in all of Virginia Beach. It dates back to 1642. I'm here with Omar. I think he's all blurry. So we're just gonna be doing like a little daytime explore, maybe break out the spirit box. There's a volunteer named Cody who was kind enough to come here during his free time and let us roam around the plantation house. So that's what we're here to do. He's gonna be giving us a tour and sharing some information about some of the things that happen here. And he's gonna be sharing some information about some of the resident ghosts. So make sure that you guys are giving this video a big thumbs up and that you are subscribed. And yeah, let's just get right into the video.
The phrases we use today and where they come from, most people don't know where they come from.
I always wonder about those things
ladies
too.
who wore the big, hoop skirts and things like that, and they had their handmaidens with them. Yeah, you imagine trying to go to the bathroom in that?
Oh no.
So the lady would go to a private room, and her handmaid would have one of these and put it underneath her.
Oh my god.
This was literally your pot to piss in.
I did not know that.
Yep.
All right, come on.
I'm not wearing one of those big things. Alright guys, so right now I am in the Ferry Plantation House, courtesy of Cody over here. Omar's right there. I'm gonna walk around. There's a lot of ghosts that are in this house, and I really encourage you guys to come here if you're in the area and check it out. Yeah, let's get walking around and see what we can find.
That's how they would wash up, huh?
That was the dad's vanity.
The dad, the shavings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Leather strap there. We actually found the picture in the basin in between the floorboards.
Why is this here? This is
Because that was Mom's throne.
That's two.
Wait,
That's her toilet.
Yeah.
that's a toilet.
Yeah.
I thought they had outhouses, and that was it.
Yeah, you want to go to the outhouse in the middle of the night?
I thought they just like had a thing, like a pan.
Oh, you mean the chamber pot like that?
Yeah,
They would
so
have those too, but this was later.
can you open that?
Yeah, pop the lid off. There's nothing in there.
Right, but how would they?
How many turds went in there?
We know that was Mom's because it has a ribbon
Omar
on
would
the back.
use it.
Of course, if I had to.
And we know it was a female's because it had a ribbon on the back. If it had like a deer head or a cross rifle, that's...
I was just trying to freak Omar out. We try to scare each other sometimes. He said he legit heard whispering in the corner of the room that he's in right now. So I don't know what that was, because I was just saying his name over and over and over. I wasn't whispering. Stella is one of the resident ghosts that they believe are here, and she was actually poisoned by her own mother, and the entire family was in on it, and they knew about it because she was always running off and doing what she wanted to do. And back in that time period, as a female, you were very much controlled by your family and your man. She was just kind of doing her own thing and traveling, and her family got sick of it apparently, and her mother poisoned her with toadstool. And ironically, her husband soon after married her little sister Cora. Pretty sad ending for Stella. Cora's right here, and that's Stella. This is the breezeway. I believe this is called the breezeway. So they had doors on both ends. And when I was here back in 2012, I did catch blue orbs, giant blue orbs right in this area. This is Belinda. She is the lady that let me in back when I came to visit. The executive director, author, historian that just scared the shit out of me. Belinda adored this place, and she adored the history and the people. Back in 2012, when I first came to the Ferry Plantation House, I came during off hours, and this lady opened the door and was nice enough to let me in and give me a tour. She even let me talk to one of the private investigators that were on site that day. I really have so much respect for Belinda, and she actually passed away just a few years ago. Yeah, she passed away due to cancer, and she wasn't very old, so it does make me kind of sad. I feel grateful that I was able to share a moment with her, and she was able to give me a lot of insight on this beautiful place, so thank you so much, Belinda. So this is the death room, or the wake room, and a wake was called a wake because the families would place their deceased loved ones on a table to see if they would wake up. I never knew that. Did you? I had no idea that's why it was called a wake, but right in this very room, they would place the bodies on a table, actually right here, right in the center of the room. And this piano here is really old and was actually played by Thomas Jefferson himself. These 11 spirits that are here, they want to be here, and they're friendly. They're, you know, they're fun. Yeah, the people that work here, they've made friends with the spirits. So it's not like they want them gone. They kind of make this place what it is. So we have more antiques up here. These were all donated. There was a slave that lived up here by the name of Henry, and I think that this is pretty cool. They didn't find this until kind of recently. They were up here scraping paint, and it was very thick paint from years and years of paint, obviously. But one of the ladies came across the letter H carved into the wall leading up to Henry's room. It's crazy. Henry was very well liked by the family, so after the Civil War, they gave him a room. He stayed up there. Now we can't go up there. I can't go up there, but you guys can, just because it's kind of a safety hazard at this point. The floor is kind of caving in, but Cody is being kind enough to bring my camera up there and show you guys around. So this is where Henry stayed. Can't believe that women wore dresses like this. Oh, and then this was called a piss pot. This is a pot that women in those big dresses would actually piss in. So there you go, up close and personal with the piss pot. I just touched a piss pot. Oh, Omar. Oh, almost fell. Let's see what he's doing.
Where you going?
What are you doing?
Okay. I thought you were like directly behind me.
No. What you got going on up here?
Nothing, just chilling. Hearing little noises here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can explore together. Yeah, we've been up here. We did come up here a little bit earlier, and Cody gave us a tour, kind of shared with us some of the history. And one of the things he was saying, and this is kind of cool too, is the furniture people, when they would come and tell you, hey, we're gonna build you a mattress. This is what they would mattress if they were gonna build your furniture, but this is the model that they would show you. Almost looks like a doll bed.
Well, hold on, I'm out of breath, oh my God.
Going up the stairs?
Yeah, well, your mattress, they could very easily build, it was made of hay and whatever they could find.
Isn't this one made of hay?
I was looking, I don't think they put anything in it.
Okay, no. Could you imagine that? Like, we're so spoiled nowadays.
I know. These elaborate mattress companies. And kids used to sleep in this. It's like a coffin. Do you know what I mean?
This was Julie's room. I'm sure it was used for other things before, but Julie was... That scared me last time I came in here too.
That scared me when I first came in here.
That's Julie right there. I don't know if she haunts this place.
I think her voice has been heard on EVPs. How many of you guys have heard of the Witch of Pungo? Because this is a huge story about the Ferry Plantation House. It involved Grace White Sherwood, and she was believed to be a witch because she was an herbalist and she made natural medicine for people in town. Her crops did very well. She was very good with animals and just very good with things that a female in her time should not be good with. It's things that maybe you would teach your son, but her father taught her. and she grew up in that environment, and therefore she owned a very what was that? Omar? Omar. Is that?
What?
Do you have something on?
No, I'm just recording. What?
I just heard a little kid going, jingle bell, jingle bell.
I didn't hear anything.
You hear me talking about Grace, right?
Uh-huh.
You guys heard that.
I didn't hear. I swear, I think I've been recording up here.
You didn't hear that.
No, what are you talking about?
It was like, jingle bell. And then like a couple seconds later, it started singing again. And it wasn't that.
Maybe it's like they got Christmas ornaments and stuff here, maybe something like that.
There's a lot of disembodied voices in this place, and Cody was telling me that he's heard quite a few of them, so I'm wondering, did I just hear something? Wow. I'm gonna go back to telling you guys a little bit about Grace. So she was accused by people in town because their crops were doing very poorly and hers were doing very well. So obviously something was up. She had to be a witch, right? Well, back in that time, apparently she was. She was the very first witch tried and convicted in the state of Virginia. They tried something called witch ducking, and witch ducking was when you put a witch into water, and if she were to float, she'd be a witch. If she were to drown, then God was taking her. Obviously, she's going to drown. She's tied to a freaking chair. But because she grew up as a farmer's daughter, she knew what she was doing, and she untied herself and got herself free. Now, for 7 years after this, she had to live in complete solitude, just because they wanted to forget about her. They didn't want her around. She managed to survive, and she did die at around 80 years old, which is quite old for somebody in that time period. And there's many stories about Grace White Sherwood, but what I feel deep down inside, and Cody confirmed this, is she was not truly a witch. And I knew that, but all of the stories that circulate, including the stories from this book, are not true. And poor Grace White Sherwood had to live out her days pretty much by herself because in a way, society did shun her. They didn't want to be associated to her. Now, earlier in the tour, Cody was telling us about a lady named Isabella. Isabella? She's one of the resident ghosts. And as he was talking about her, I got a flash of a lady wearing a blue dress standing outside of a window. And I did ask him, what was her favorite color? What did she wear? And he didn't know. Obviously, like, how is he supposed to know? But then we come into this death room, or the wake room, and he shows me a picture that somebody took right in front of this window, and they believe that they caught Isabella in a blue dress. In this photo, she's actually pregnant, and straight out this window was a path that she would wait for her husband to come home from the war. She was told that her husband was dead, but she sat outside this window and hoped that they were wrong, and she would just wait and wait and wait. I just thought that was, I wanted to share that with you guys because that was crazy. And even Cody was like, yeah, I kind of thought that was a little weird that you were asking what her favorite color was. Is it Isabella or Isabelle? Gosh, I gotta ask. Geez, I probably just screwed up that name. Sorry. Buying the Book of Pongo so I can read all the witch tales about Grace Sherwood. Pongo. And I'm so stoked to listen back to the footage where I heard a little girl singing. It's always just so exciting when you hear things and you pick things up on your audio and your camera, or you're doing EVPs. It's freaking awesome. I get so stoked on it. What was the EVP that you heard upstairs, if you don't mind sharing it with everyone?
Oh, in the nanny's room.
Yeah, in the nanny's room.
It was, when I said I don't want nobody in my room, I don't want nobody in my room.
That's crazy. That's a really long EVP.
My team got, come on child, take your medicine.
Wow, in her voice, and it sounded just like her. That's cool. That's
well,
really
as far
cool.
as we know.
Yeah. Well, it was her room too,
yeah.
And they did have that southern accent. Yeah, so that little girl that I heard earlier singing, Cody did say there is something in here that could be making that noise or singing or playing music, but it's unplugged, so I don't think it was that. So not only was this the wake room or the death room, this was their living room, and they spent a lot of their time in here. You know, they would set up their Christmas tree, play games, hang out with their family. but this is by far the room with the most activity. I'm not surprised. It's called the wake room, or the death room.
Where we're at right now is where dead bodies, most of them being dead bodies, were laid for several days to make sure they were dead bodies. Could you imagine, like, you have your loved one's dead body down here and you're just waiting to hear a bell ring?
Well, even in these photos right here, this is one of the resident ghosts. Her name is Bessie, and she was about 5 years old when she died of yellow fever. And even in this photo, this is a post-mortem photo, so she's actually not alive in this photo, but it
So
looks
creepy.
like she is. It's so weird.
Most active room in the Ferry Plantation House. Let's find out why. So how many people were confirmed alive in this room?
5. It just said 5.
So you know what's crazy is Bessie probably laid right here for a few days.
Yeah.
And they laid him down. They weren't in a coffin. Now they would do funerals back in the day too at the houses.
They were just laid on a table.
On a table, yeah. Are you here with us, Bessie? Really?
What did that just say?
I thought I said yeah.
Bessie, did I hear you singing earlier? Was that you? That's a little girl's voice.
Girl.
Yeah. That could have been Bessie. Oh my gosh.
Who else is here with us? Is Cora here with us?
Is Stella here with us? There's a few of you speaking at once. Can you come forward one at a time for us?
What was Cora and Stella's husband's name?
Charles.
Charles. Is Charles here with us?
Did Charles like Cora or Stella more?
Ooh. Charles, who'd you like better? It said done. Who are these apparitions that we see behind us?
This is believed to be Bessie right here. Little girl in the photo. You can tell it's a little girl.
Why is this room the most haunted?
I heard death again.
I heard death too, or dead. I have a good question. How many that were in this room that got buried alive?
Earlier we asked that too, and it said 5.
4. 4? Like how many were buried alive?
Are you guys happy here? You like this house, right? It's only it said Papa. Safe. Do you guys feel safe here? Is that why you stay?
There's a lot coming through. Henry.
And then it said freed. He was freed. He was a slave.
Henry was finally free. We're happy that you're free now, Henry. Alright, we don't want to disturb you anymore. Thank you so much for speaking with us. Alright, we're saying goodbye. You guys cannot follow us back home, okay? You stay here. Okay. Bye.
Thank you guys.
Could have sworn I heard "have a good day."
I think they were saying bye to us.
That was pretty interesting.
Yeah, and hearing Henry and then the word freed, he was freed right after the Civil War. So
That's why it's nice when you're doing spirit box communication to have more than one person kind of breaking down what's coming through, because you really can't tell what's coming through until you hear it a few times. So if you have a couple fresh ears listening to it, then, you know, more likely right then and there you can kind of like, hey, that said that, and
right.
you know, you get to.
So this is the hanging tree, And guys, I wish I could find those photos, but I did take a bunch of photos when I was here, and there were these weird white light anomalies going across some of the branches. Does that sound familiar?
Oh yeah.
People have caught things by taking pictures over here.
Yep. This tree's been struck by lightning 3 times since 1960.
And you were telling me that it's completely hollow, so it should be dead.
Dude, all these leaves are falling off this tree.
Oh my God.
Were the ones that fell off this tree this fall.
Where would they actually hang the people from? From that branch?
That big thick one.
Wow.
You get a ladder up there and there's still striations.
I think I can actually see the lines on the tree.
You can.
Yeah, it's a little easier now that the leaves are gone.
What? Yeah, you guys can't really see the lines, but they are there, trust me.
I'm telling you, these the leaves on this tree
Whoa.
are about this big and they're lime green.
It looks like there's something holding this tree down. This tree
Especially from, like,
should
over
be
here,
dead.
It really looks like an arm.
Let's look at it from over here. What do you guys think? Yeah, that definitely looks like something is coming out of the ground and keeping this tree here. This tree should definitely not be here. You said you had an arborist tell you that this tree knows that it should be here.
Yep.
Wow.
That and you know, your other viewers with the Travel Channel, History, all those guys, Expedition Unknown, shows like that, the archaeology shows, they talk about when you're looking for stuff in nature and you're trying to find man-made stuff, you look for right angles because there's no right angles in nature.
Oh, that's so true.
This tree will stop, grow 90 degrees, stop, grow 90 degrees, and that's not the only spot. It's got branches that come straight up
a
off
right
of the
angle.
other branches straight up. And if you look right above you,
That
dude,
is a fact.
look at that curlicue.
What the hell? I have never seen that. Have you guys ever seen this before?
The
Let
only
me
way
know.
I've ever seen that is if the tree's been trained to do it.
Yeah,
You know,
and
if you like tie it off, things like that.
right,
like you
but
do with
this
bonsai,
tree
stuff like
hasn't.
that. Not that I know of.
Alright guys, so that will conclude this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this place. Omar and I do plan on coming back here. They do nighttime investigations, so we're gonna come back and do an overnight. They do let you sleep here. Make sure that you guys are checking out Cody and the Ferry Plantation Friends and Family Organization. Their links will be down below in the description, and of course check out the homie Oh My Gosh. I will catch you guys soon. Peace out, Earthlings.